Hey everyone, I'm Nicole,
And I'm Gabrielle.
and we are the hosts of the Spiritual Sisters podcast.
Join us every week as we discuss all the spiritual topics like astrology, mediumship, psychic insights, and so much more.
We are often joined by others we have met along our spiritual journey who are well versed in many of these areas.
Get ready for enlightening discussions and interviews and personal experiences that we hope will expand your mind and get you thinking outside of the box.
Whether you're a seasoned spiritual seeker or just beginning your spiritual journey, there's something here for everyone.
Check us out every Tuesday wherever you get your podcasts. See you then.
Bye!
Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Soul Ecosystem Podcast. I am your host, Anna Rising, and on this podcast, we discuss all things soul contracts. I'm a professional soul contract reader, and I work with a modality that combines Jewish mysticism, astrology, tarology, and numerology to bring about the reason you incarnated into this lifetime. On today's episode, we're going to be looking into the month of December and the energy that we are going to experience in the month of December. I usually do this once a month to kind of give you guys a little forecast and an idea of what you can expect for the following month. In the month of December, I'm actually going to be doing two of them, likely one for the 2026 energy and one for the energy of January 2026. Today, I'm going to ask that you open your heart and intuitively pick a number between 1 and 6. There was a lot of cards that popped out for you guys today, so I have a feeling that the messages are going to be more specific to you. So if you guys can go ahead and do that now, just open your heart and with your intuition, choose a number that is calling you between 1 and 6, and we are going to get started on your December 2025 energy reading. Group number 1, welcome. Group number 1, your energy feels most like the month of December. It feels very, very magical. It feels enchanting and like you can expect a miracle around the corner. The card that you have pulled up for you is the Ace of Wands, and this is from the Light Seers Tarot deck. And I have a magic mushroom for you guys as well from the Magical Spirit Oracle deck. And it's giving fairy energy. It's giving me this lightness. I can see you almost like flitting about like a bee from flower to flower and like just being busy. The month of December is going to be very busy for you. You're going to have a lot of projects on your hands. You're going to have a lot of plans that you need to make. But along with all of that busyness, there's an element of magic. There's an element of miracles coming your way, of happy news. And I want you to keep this in mind all of the month of December. Just be in this state where you are ready for the universe to surprise you, because that's what's coming up for you right now. Your message is to stay open to the good and beautiful things. So this means if you've been feeling a little like in a self-pitying mode, if you've been like, oh my goodness, why does it have to be so hard? But you've been trudging through. You have been like waiting for things to get easier, waiting to get good news. You are going to get that news this month. There is something that you've kind of given up on it. You're like, oh, like this is just how it is. It's not possible for it to be a different way. That is going to totally surprise you. You might get news surrounding benefits at your job that you didn't know that you had. You might get an unexpected bonus that you didn't know that you were going to get. But either way, the month of December is going to bring about this surprise. There's going to be like this element of, wow, like I thought that this for sure was going to go like this, and then it ends up being a blessing instead. So be prepared for that. There's going to be a little element of that for you. And Spirit just wants to say that it knows how hard you've been working. You have been absolutely kicking butt. And it's saying that the more you are open to this magic, the more that you are open to these blessings coming into your life, the more blessings Spirit is going to be able to bring in for you. The key here is to not shoot yourself in the foot by thinking that you know how something is going to play out, because you're kind of manifesting that for yourself. If you are going into a meeting and you expect it to go bad, you expect it to go a certain way that it usually goes, you're shooting yourself in the foot. In the month of December, expect miracles, expect things to go for your good, better than you could have possibly imagined, because that is what is trying to come through for you. Something new is dying to come in. The universe is trying to make your life easier because it sees how hard you've been working. You've been planting the seeds, you've been doing the work, you've been doing the thing. And the universe really wants to be like, okay, we need to cut this girl a break. Like, she's exhausted. Maybe you're going to find vacation days or something that you didn't know you had, but there's going to be some good coming in for you. And it wants to come in really, really badly. And the more you kind of twist that mentality into the universe is conspiring in my favor, the more of that is going to pile on in this magical month for you. So very excited for you. If you have a chance to come back at the end of December and let me know what those blessings were that came in, please do that. I would love to hear all about it. But that is all I have for you, group number 1. We are going to move on to group number 2. Group number 2, something has ended for you. I don't know if this is a mental pattern or a more physical pattern that is popping up for you right now. This could have been the end of a job. Maybe you got laid off. Maybe this is more of a mental transformation. It feels like there could have been some kind of switch that flipped in your mind where you just realized that the way you've been going about things hasn't helped, hasn't been working, and you have to just change something. It feels like it's come to like a halt. You've come to a wall and you're like, okay, I can't keep hitting the same wall. I've been in the same labyrinth, in the same maze for ages, and I need to get out. So this might feel like a very painful ending. This might not be comfortable, but transformation rarely is. Think of the butterfly. Think of how it emerges from the cocoon, right? Transmuting your entire essence, your entire being is very hard. It's painful, but this card that's popping up for you is called the Death and Rebirth card, and it's one of my favorite cards in this deck. I absolutely love the imagery there. It's like this cloaked figure that has a skyscape for a face. It has the sky for a face, and there's stars, and there's like this bright light in the sky. And it's like you're looking into your own future. You're looking into your own potential. So I'm sorry, group number 2, this feels like very life-changing. It feels like this shift, however painful it may be, it's going to set you up on a new trajectory in your life. And because of this shift, I feel like you're not going to recognize who you are come this time next year. I feel like you're going to be a completely different person. The message here for you, group number 2, for the month of December, you're likely going to be feeling the effects of this shift, of this trajectory shift that you have gone on. I'm seeing like a railroad that's divided into a fork, right? You have to choose between going one way or the other, but the other way has a lot of bumps, a lot of obstacles because it's been unused, is kind of overgrown, like with shrubs. So you're probably going to be hitting some obstacles on your path that might not be fun. You need to remember to really lean onto the people around you, onto your community at this time, your friend group, your family, your loved ones. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone and be like, hey, I am really going through a tough time. Could you like just hold me accountable? Like I'm trying to make these and these shifts, and really let your friends help you. Now, I'm not sure if this is coming in for December for you, like if you're going to be experiencing it in December, but this shift is going to bring you into your entrepreneur kind of energy. It's going to give you a chance to make something of yourself, to put your name on something. So it feels like a project. Maybe you're going to start a project. Maybe you've realized that you really need to double down on routine. You really need to hold yourself accountable and be disciplined because you want to set out to achieve this thing, finish this project, or start a project and be able to see it through. That's why community is so important. That's why leaning on your friends is so important, because I feel like you recognize that you can't do this on your own, that you can talk yourself out of it fairly easily, or you could just be like, okay, like, forget this. I'm hanging up the gloves, you know? Lean on your friends, ask them to help you be accountable if you particularly struggle with routine and discipline. And the energy that comes out of this for you is the Nine of Pentacles. That's the spiritual and material satisfaction, the personal achievement, the inner peace that you have been working towards. That's what is going to come out of this if you really set your mind to it and dedicate yourself to this process. Find the people around you in your circle, or find new people that are going to inspire you, that are going to help you in this process and keep you motivated, keep you on path and not distracted. You can do this. I know it feels like there's a lot of work ahead of you, and in some way there is, but you are totally prepared to do this. You have this in the bag. This dream that you have, the goal that you have, you're capable of achieving it. And I feel like that's why the Nine of Pentacles came out, because even if you don't achieve it in the month of December, that is what is going to come out for you because you dedicated yourself to stepping out of your own way. You were self-sabotaging. You were exhibiting things that were self-destructive, patterns that were self-destructive, and you got so tired of it that you finally decided, you know what, it's make or break it. Either let's get out of this or I'm just giving up. And you decided not to give up. So you can do this. You got this. This is not a path that you should walk alone. This is a very transformative time. And it's a time when you need people to hold you up. You need people at your sides holding your arms so that when you can't walk through it, they can carry you through it. And you have people in your corner like that. Find those people, lean on them, don't be afraid to ask for help, and use them to get you out of this funk, to get you to the other side of this. That is all I have for you, group number 2. Keep your eyes on the prize, because coming out of this, you're going to be able to achieve what it is that you set out to do. You're just like in the part of it where you're like, it's make or break. You're in the stage of it where you're kind of throwing caution to the wind and you're like, you know what, I'm going to give this my all and it is going to pan out for you. It's going to work. Just don't give up. All right, we are going to move on to group number 3. Group number 3 for the month of December. I'm also getting like present and future card, just like for group 2. And it's kind of showing me the work that you need to do right now in order to get to the next level. And the card that I pulled for you guys from the Magical Spirit Oracle is Give to the Mind and It Gives Back. It's the card of the mind. It's the card of inspiration, mood, cycle. There is something about your thoughts, your thought patterns that has been weighing very heavily on you. I can relate to this very, very much. And what you are being called to do in the month of December is all about grounding into your body, grounding into your mind, and taking control of your thought patterns, taking control of the negativity, the negative cycles that you sometimes spiral into. I know it's very hard to stop the spiral once you start it, once you start having those negative thoughts sneak in. It escalates very, very fast. And I have a feeling that that is something that you are being called to do as well. You're being called to really sit with the fears that you have, really sit with the negative thought patterns that you have and confront them and challenge them. Challenge them in a way like, is this actually true? Am I actually like a bad mother? Am I actually a bad daughter? Am I actually a bad sister? Get to the root of where these fears are popping up for you. Get to the root of where this negativity stems from. Kind of follow that thread back and then challenge it. This is going to require meditation. This is going to require sitting with yourself and the uncomfortable feelings. And it's something that you have put off. It's really uncomfortable to sit with those thoughts. It's really something that you don't like to confront. And maybe you're just not a confrontational person, but it is what is being asked of you in the month of December in order to achieve success. If you do this in the present, if you really work on these thought patterns that are sabotaging you in the present, you are going to be able to achieve the accomplishments, the goals that you have set out to achieve. So if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been feeling like, I want to get to the next level, I want to get to the next step, but I don't know what it is I need to do. I feel like you think that you need to search outside of yourself for something. I feel like you need to like upgrade or level up something outside of yourself. Maybe if you have a business, maybe you feel like you need to change your prices or you need to offer something new. No, this is all about going inward and confronting your brain and being like, hey, you've been running this show. You've been hijacking everything for a long time because you're so scared of making mistakes. You're so scared of being scrutinized, of being criticized. Let's dial it back. Let's take a chill pill for a sec and ground ourselves in the present, ground ourselves in reality in order to see, is this actually happening? Are we actually in danger? Are we actually experiencing the things that we're afraid we're going to experience, we're afraid is going to happen? When we address that, when you go back into those thought patterns and change them and be like, no, this is wrong, we are safe, we are stable, the mind gives back. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some training to reprogram yourself like that. It doesn't happen right away. So if you want to create a routine, create a time, like a little ritual for you, either in the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, to do this every day. Consistency is really key here in order to be able to stop these thought patterns from sabotaging you. So the message for your December is to really ground into yourself, help yourself feel safe, help yourself not give into the fear because it is sabotaging your future, it's sabotaging your plans, your goals. When you are able to take control of that, when you're able to take control of your mind and only think aligned thoughts, think thoughts that are going to propel you into that success, that is when that success is going to come. I am very excited for you, group number 3, because it is going to be epic. You are going to be able to reach levels that you have never dreamed of reaching. Success you've never dreamed of reaching, achievements, awards that you've never dreamed of getting. If you're able to be brave enough to let the fear take the back seat and be in the driver's seat when it comes to your mind. That is all I have for you, group number 3. Very excited for you and your upcoming success should you really dedicate yourself to creating healthy mindsets. We are now going to move on to group number 4. Group number 4, there is also kind of this pivotal moment for you in the month of December where it feels like you're in a place where you have nothing to lose. It feels like you're in this space of saying, go big or go home. Like, we've started this journey, we've started this healing journey. 2025 has been absolutely batshit crazy. And you're in this place where you're like, let's end 2025 with a bang. I feel like I've been digging up past trauma, past things, really focusing on healing. And it's like you're at the final mile of this marathon and you're like, I'm just going to give it my all. You're about to step into a portal. we have the portal card for you from Magical Spirit Oracle that is asking you if you're ready for adventure, if you're ready for your calling. It's like I see yourself shedding yourself, like shedding many versions of yourself, shedding many roles that you've played. This is a period of facing your deepest, darkest shadow. December is going to probably feel heavy for you, but you are so prepared for that. You are so ready for that because the past 11 months you have been deeply, deeply working on yourself and getting rid of your own baggage, getting rid of your own cycles. And you are tired. You are just tired. I feel like you could lay down and take a nap right now. And that's okay. There's something really freeing. There's something really freeing about, I don't want to say being at rock bottom because it sounds really bad, but you are like in the darkest place of your identity. And that is where the portal is. That's where the light starts to shine through. It feels, I'm getting like a spiral, like Dante's Circles of Hell. It feels like you've been like going down floors, like from, what is it? I think it's 9 circles of hell, right? It feels like you've been spiraling down and down and down into the deepest core of who you are. And now it's like you're standing in front of a mirror and you're trying to figure out who you are. You're trying to figure out who you are outside all of the trauma, all of the stuff that you've experienced, outside of all of the people that you've had to be in order to survive. And now it feels like you're at your own skin, You're at the bottom layer. You're at the final layer. And it's like, where do I go from here? I've stripped everything I have. Where do I go from here? And this is where the portal opens. This is where you step into your calling. Because all of the versions of yourself that you thought you needed to be are now gone. And it's like, okay, the universe is like, finally, I can work with you. Finally, we're back to who you are at your core, who you are as a person. Now we can get to the bottom of what it is that you've been trying to do, what it is that you've been called here to do. And it's asking if you're ready. You have likely been thinking of your ancestors a lot. You've been likely thinking of your grandparents, of your family, all of the family cycles. I feel like they've been popping up for you a lot this month. The card of the portal has this like grandmother willow from Pocahontas tree on her. It has this tree with a face, and the portal is opening up in the tree, and the tree is like asking you, are you going to go through? I have been closely working with Gabby from the Spiritual Sisters podcast from Agua Astrology and doing my shadow work with her emergence course. And this was my pile. This was definitely my pile. And I feel like if you've been working with her too, this might be your pile too. You might have hit like this spot in your shadow work where it's like, okay, you've opened the Pandora's box and it's like, are you going to go in? Are you going to go through with this? Or are you going to close it back up and just not address all of the things that you needed to address? This card is very much about that. It's about getting to the core of who you are, of what makes you you. And if you've been feeling like you're being called to something else entirely, you're like your calling is somewhere else, like you're meant to do something else, chase that so hard, because this is like an in-between world for you right now. The possibilities are endless for you, but you're like in this ether space. You're like in between realms, and the universe is trying to assess how far you want to go with this. How much healing do you want to do? And me, I'm kind of the type to be like, let's go through all of it. Let's go through all of the pain now so we don't have to do it later. So you get to choose how many ancestral cycles you want to break. Your ancestors are here working with you. They're very proud of you and they're very proud of how far you've come. And they kind of want to let you know that they're holding you, that you've already done so much work. They understand if you can't continue, if you kind of just want to ease into the rest of life, But you might be the same as me, and you might be the type to be like, no, I want to clear as much as I can so that my kids don't have to go through this, so that my kids don't have to know this pain. So you're the cycle breaker. You're the cycle breaker of the group, of the 6 card pulls that we're doing right now. Yeah, this is about getting out of the past. This is about getting out of the stories that you've been telling yourself of why you can't do something, why you can't achieve something, why you can't be someone. It's about shedding that. You have shed those layers. You have gotten to the core of who you are. And don't go start putting those stories back up. Don't go be like, oh, well, because I was this and this in my childhood, or because this and this happened, then I can't possibly, like, I'm a victim, I can't possibly do that. Don't start putting those stories back on. You have done so much work in yourself to not be a victim anymore. This is a very empowering moment that you're going to be going through in the month of December. And I'm really excited for this for myself too, because I'm like, I felt so out of control and out of my power for the longest time, that this is going to be a very, very needed break. It's much needed, and it's the part where you get to choose. Choose whether you need those stories, whether you need the victim mentality, or whether you are ready to step into your calling, into who you are. That is all I have for you, group number 4. We are going to move on to group number 5. Group number 5, I've never seen so much purple in my life. Almost all of your cards are purple. You've got 4 different cards in here. You have the card of the moon, and your hair is purple. You have the high priestess, and there's kind of like this purple light coming out of your crown chakra. You have the star, the sky is purple there, and then you have the 3 of cups, also purple, lavender. So this feels very magical. This feels very, I really like this energy. It feels so bubbly and so calming. It's almost like taking this lavender soak bath. December is going to be really good for you. December is going to be really magical for you. You are very unique. You are very, very different. And I really hate that you don't like that about yourself. I really hate that you don't see how this uniqueness is your superpower. I feel like you think that you stand out too much. You think that you are too different, and you always felt kind of out of place. And you've been dimming your light a little bit. You've been dimming that uniqueness. You've been trying to fit in. Please don't do that. What makes you strange, what makes you weird, what makes you so unique is your superpower. It feels like you're kind of alien. It feels like you're not of this world, and you might not be. You are more so attached to the heavens, is what I'm guessing, than other people. You are more so in the astral. Maybe you have a very activated crown chakra, and you're very good with your intuition and knowing, and you've always had this sense that I don't belong here. This is not my home. I've never felt at home here. That's okay, but that doesn't mean that you need to conform. It doesn't mean that you need to bend over backwards to try to get people to understand you here, or to try to get people to like you here. You are a very intuitive person. You have very strong spiritual gifts that you have access to. It feels like that access is more readily available to you than it is for others. There's so much moon imagery in all of these cards. I'm not even joking. Moon and stars and sky, just everywhere. You're a starseed. You have this gift that I feel like you know what it is. You've just been dimming it. You've been trying to not tune into it because I feel like it scares you how good you are at it. And the month of December is going to be teaching you to not ignore it, not try to stuff it away. It's like you have this star in your pocket that's shining really brightly, and you're trying to like hide it. You're trying to like cover it up with your coat so nobody can see it glowing. And that is the opposite of what you need to do. You really need to take that star out of your pocket. Take this gift that you have out of your pocket and embrace it with your whole heart. I'm seeing you putting it on your heart and absorbing it and really stepping into who you are as a person. I feel like that makes you uncomfortable. I feel like really embracing this version of you makes you really uncomfortable because you know you're going to stand out. You know you're going to shine. But isn't that part of what you're here to do? Isn't that why you're here, to be different, to stand out so much? There are people that have like this kind of star quality in their soul contracts. And they have like these programs where there's a specific mark on them. And I don't mean like a bad mark. I mean like something that makes them stand out and be so, so memorable. So if you think of Marilyn Monroe and the mole she has, right? Stands out, memorable. You have that vibe to you. I wouldn't be surprised if you have that in your soul contract. You were not meant to hide yourself away to be the wallflower, right? You were meant to really embrace this gift you have, to really embrace this superpower that you have of being so unique and shine. Once you stop hiding, once you really embrace this uniqueness, you're going to start noticing that your powers come online in a more intense way. They're going to be stronger and you're going to be able to work with them. You're going to be able to take this very far. I can see this gift. I can see you utilizing this gift in order to make your goals a reality, in order to make your dreams come true. It's like you're going to be anchoring the reality that you want into your current plane of existence because of how brightly you've allowed yourself to shine. It's like your manifestations will be able to find you. They are looking for you. Those manifestations, those dreams and goals you have, they are looking for you as much as you are looking for them. And once you really absorb the star quality of yourself and let yourself shine really brightly, all of those dreams and manifestations are going to be like, oh, there she is. Let's go find her. Let's go come into her life and manifest the version of reality that she wants, that she needs. Now, I feel like this is a touchy subject for you because I feel like the fear that you have around stepping into your gifts is that everybody's going to abandon you. You might have an abandonment wound. I feel like you think that if you show people who you are, everybody's going to hate you. Everybody's going to be like, oh my God, she's so full of herself. The opposite is going to happen. I'm specifically thinking of Shannon Blake. If you know her, as the singer, she stands out like crazy. She has this specific style. She has this specific voice. Like, you know those kind of singers that have a voice that as soon as you hear one note, you know who's singing it because their voice is so distinctive. Shannon Blake has that. You have that. You feel like you're going to be abandoned when you step into the authenticity of who you are, but the opposite is going to happen. And that is why I am here. That's what I'm here to tell you today. So December is saying to you, please, please stop dulling yourself down. Stop hiding yourself. Stop feeling like you need to be different, like you need to conform, like you need to not stand out. Really embrace yourself, your uniqueness, your authenticity, maybe your style. Maybe you have a different style than everybody else and you feel like you can't wear it because it's going to be too weird. People are going to stare at you. Good. Let them stare at you. You were born to be stared at, and not in a bad way. People are supposed to marvel at you and be like, oh my God, how is she so authentic to herself? How is she so brave? You're meant to inspire people with that. So when you start getting down on yourself and thinking, oh, people are going to hate this, they're going to say that I'm full of myself, that I'm trying to do this and that, it's fear tactics. It's your trickster. It's your shadow side trying to keep you from stepping into your light and being authentically true to yourself. Don't listen to it because you are going to find your tribe when you're able to step into your authenticity and show the world who you are and be like, you can love me, you can leave me, I don't care, I'm going to shine anyway, that is when your soul tribe is going to be able to find you and be like, oh my God, we've been waiting for you. We've been looking for somebody like you. And you're going to be able to find that community that you've always, always dreamed of being a part of. So I feel like that's what 2026 is about for you, finding that community. You just have to take the first step and be brave enough to shine, to let yourself stand out. Get rid of the imposter syndrome, really work on yourself to be comfortable in standing out, because that's what you were born to do. That is all I have for you, group number 5. I'm very happy that I pulled 6 cards today. I mean, I usually do 3 or 4, but I'm like, you know what? Maybe we should do 6 because the messages have been insane. We're going to move on to group number 6 now. Group number 6, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am excited to have you here. Group number 6, I'm feeling your heaviness. It feels like such a polarity between this group and the last group. But it's hard to kind of like hold those two emotions within such a short period of time for me, if that makes sense. But group number 6, I'm really feeling how heavy things have been for you. And I feel like you are just grasping on. You're like, please give me some kind of hope. Give me something to look forward to. And there's good news. And I was about to say there's bad news, but I feel like you're already in the bad news. I feel like you're already in the toughest parts of it. You're already going through the hardest part. So the good news is that it's not going to get harder. And the good news is that coming out of this is going to be a tower moment for you. It's going to be a moment of transformation. And I know tower cards get so much crap, but tower cards are huge, huge cards of opportunity. Think of yourself as having built a house out of matches, and the tower card comes along and ruins the house, right? And I can see you being like, I just built that. It took me forever. Like, I just freaking built that. Why would you do that? And the tower card is like, look, you made it out of matches. If a fire comes, it's going to burn down in a second. You need to make this out of something else. Tower cards are moments of rebuilding, destroying what doesn't work for you, what's dangerous for you, what's bad for you, in order to rebuild something so much healthier, so much more aligned to who you are. And it's funny because I can almost see you being like, help me be more aligned, like asking the universe, please, like, send me this and this and this. Well, here it is. The universe has heard your prayers, like it's trying to answer them for you. And now you're complaining that there's this tower moment where everything is getting burned to the ground. And that's how the universe works. Sometimes we don't realize how we're in our own way when we ask for things. So however painful this moment might be for you, please remember that the universe is doing it out of so much love. It is holding you throughout this whole entire process. It has been there for you, and it really wants, I don't know why I'm getting so emotional saying this. It really wants to bring in what you have been asking for. It really wants to bring it in for you. But it can't do that with the system that you've had in place. So they're saying, please let us get rid of this system. It wasn't healthy. It wasn't conducive to your growth. It's not going to help you grow. It's going to keep you stuck in the same patterns. It's going to keep you stuck in the same loop over and over again. So trust us that we are going to be able to carry you through to the other side of this, where you have that relationship that you're dreaming of, where you have the house that you're dreaming of, the version of yourself that you're dreaming of, where you feel safe, where you feel loved, where you feel held and taken care of, because this was not it. It's very painful, but it's very necessary. So the universe is really whispering trust to you in this moment. What happened was justice. It feels like whoever you're having a problem with is either going to be served justice, be served a healthy dose of karma, or has already been served that. So you shouldn't really fester on it too long. You shouldn't really occupy your thoughts with that because you have nothing to do with it anymore. It's not your business. And I don't mean that in a don't empathize for them anymore. Like, maybe I do. Maybe I do mean that. Maybe I am saying, hey, stop wasting your tears on them or stop empathizing for them. But what is trying to come through for you out of this very black and white kind of world is a world full of color, a world full of all of the feelings, not just the bad ones, the good ones too, a world that's full of enjoyment and adventure and excitement and ecstasy. You've went through this period of darkness and the light is just on the other side of it. You just have to trust that it's coming through. And whenever you need that encouragement, just feel free to turn this back on and get that assurance that there is a light at the end of the tunnel for you here. Whatever has come to an end, whatever has kind of crashed and burned in your life was for your highest good, because that needed to go in order for something better to come in. So while you are waiting for that better, remember that this is what you asked for. Remember that the universe is holding you. It's got you. It's not going to let you fall. I know it might feel like you're going to die. I know it might feel like you're not ever going to be able to get out of this hole, but the universe is holding you. The hole is an illusion. What is actually happening is a huge, huge opportunity. And if people realize that, that's what tarot cards are about, they're about opportunity, people would be healing so much faster. Like it would be instant. I can see people like, oh, this fell apart because something else is trying to come in, and you wouldn't go through this period of suffering. So you don't need to suffer. You can choose not to suffer through this. You can choose to be like, hey, I know this had to end in order for what I actually want to come in for me, because that's what I asked for. And that's what's going to happen. But yeah, that's basically it. Group number 6. I don't know how I managed to make this under an hour. I thought I'd be talking for forever. But those are the messages. Those are the energies that are carrying us into December. And I kind of love this for us. If you guys wanted to utilize the promo code I have for my Etsy shop, until the end of November, I'm going to have a promo code SPOOKY that is going to give you 20% off any and all offerings only on my Etsy store. So if you wanted to utilize that, I made it specifically for my podcast listeners. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for your support. And if you loved this reading, send it to a friend, share it with a friend, like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a happy and blessed December, and I will see you next Friday on Apple, YouTube, or Spotify. Have a great weekend.